Fellow Nigerians, I greet you all in the name of God, our Creator. I am Raymond Dayal from Cross River State and a PhD candidate of international trade in China. The official end of campaigns for the presidential and National Assembly elections of February 25, 2023 is today, Thursday, February 23, 2023 at midnight. So it is time to start concretely reflecting on the possible direction in which our beloved country will go as a result of the choice we make on election day. In my October 1, 2022 speech, I made a strong case as to why we should vote for the Labour Party's Peter Obi as our next president. Today, I want to make an equally strong case that, arguably more than anything else, the very inspired choice of Dr. Yusuf Baba-Ahmed as Peter Obi's vice presidential running mate gives us a great idea as to the priorities of a president, Peter Obi. Indeed, in a presidential system like ours, a vice presidential running mate is the first consequential appointment that a potential president makes. Unlike ministers and heads of federal agencies, the vice president is, like the president, sworn in for a 4-year term. This means the president can't fire him or her. But ultimately, the power of the vice president depends on the duties assigned to him or her by the president. For example, as chairman of the National Council on Privatization while he was in office between 1999 and 2007, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar played a key role in determining the fate of many former state-owned companies, often corruptly selling them to his friends and associates. Also, as we saw with Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, for 2 weeks in 2016 and for 5 months in 2017, the Vice President acts as President when the President is on a medical leave. And as we saw with former Vice President Goodluck Jonathan in 2010, the Vice President becomes President if the President, unfortunately, passes away. Dr. Yusuf Baba-Ahmed's anti-corruption and educational empowerment track record makes him a perfect match for Peter Obi's priorities to greatly reduce the cost of governance and significantly improve on human capital development. The 53-year-old Baba-Ahmed, a former senator and member of the House of Representatives, is well known for his strong opposition to wasteful government spending and misappropriation of funds, so as to free up resources for infrastructural and human capital development. Baba-Ahmed's great passion for better quality education in Nigeria is precisely why he set up Base University in Abuja in 2011 and Baba-Ahmed University in Kano in 2022. Indeed, in November 2022, Chibuike Rotimi Amechi, the immediate past Minister of Transportation and former Governor of Rivers State, graduated from Base University, Abuja, with a law degree, demonstrating just how established that university has become. Baba-Ahmed's passion for education has also seen him build and donate 2 junior secondary schools with thousands of graduates to date. In terms of his anti-corruption record, as a member of the House of Representatives between 2003 and 2007, Baba-Ahmed notably sponsored the Prohibition of Inflated Government Contracts Bill of 2004. And in a September 2018 Channels TV interview, Baba-Ahmed said, "Inflated government contracts are responsible for between 55 to 65% of the quantum of corruption in Nigeria. The real fight against corruption is passing the Prohibition of Inflated Government Contracts Bill. By so doing, you would have solved between 55 to 65% of corruption in Nigeria." The second way is to deploy technology in such a way that it becomes nearly impossible for anybody to underreport or divert Nigeria's revenue. Baba-Ahmed is also widely known for being very principled. In 2007, he sued the Independent National Electoral Commission in an effort to expose their disgraceful handling of previous elections. And in 2022, he ended his campaign for governor of Kaduna State under the PDP because he didn't want to buy delegate votes as was expected of the candidates. Incidentally, the same reason Peter Obi left PDP a few days to their presidential primaries. In his interview with Arise TV on July 6, 2022, while still assessing candidates for his running mate, Peter Obi said, "Yusuf Baba-Ahmed is very qualified. I wish he is the one. It's people like him that I like to work with. I wish I can work with somebody who is much younger because we need to start lowering these barriers to political participation and bring younger people with fresh ideas. I want somebody who is competent." Similarly, speaking on Arise TV a day after he was presented to Nigerians as Peter Obi's running mate on July 8, 2022, Dr. Yusuf Baba-Ahmed said, "I'm bringing to the table consistency with the character of Peter Obi to attract more of the younger generation. We want to respectfully retire anybody who is beyond our average age. When I was completing my NYC, one of the presidential candidates of today was already a presidential aspirant." One other very important fact about Dr. Yusuf Baba-Ahmed is that, unlike the vice presidential running mates of the other two main candidates, Bola Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar, he comes with no baggage whatsoever. While the APC's vice presidential candidate, Kashim Shettima, is a former two-term governor of Borno State and an incumbent senator, apart from being the second plank of their party's ill-advised and very insensitive Muslim ticket, he has also been controversially associated on a few occasions with funding terrorism. Indeed, while the truth about the reasons for the January 2012 arrest of Kabiru Sokoto, the Boko Haram mastermind of the 2011 Christmas Day church bombing in Niger State at the Borno State Governor's Lodge in Abuja may never be known, that incident certainly raises eyebrows for Shettima because he was governor at the time. Similarly, while the PDP's vice presidential candidate, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, is a former senator and the incumbent two-term governor of Delta State, he clearly isn't principled. Okowa betrayed those in his party who, for the sake of equity and national unity, wanted a Southerner as their 2023 presidential candidate after 8 years and 2 terms of another Northerner, President Muhammadu Buhari. In fact, it is ironical that between May 11 and July 5, 2021, Governor Okowa hosted the first of 2 meetings of the Southern Governors Forum, where it was decided that they would only support a Southerner for president in 2023. Sadly, when push came to shove, instead of standing on principle and defending the rights of Southerners, Okowa made a backroom deal with Atiku Abubakar and got his state's delegates to vote for the former vice president at their party's primaries in exchange for being picked as running mate. This significant character flaw in Okowa aptly validates Mahatma Gandhi's assertion that politics without principle is one of the 7 deadly sins. Indeed, there have also been reports of Okowa digging deep into his state's coffers to fund their campaign. Ultimately, fellow Nigerians, because of Dr. Yusuf Baba-Ahmed's excellent track record in the public and private sectors, which will certainly make him an excellent vice president, it is my earnest hope that after a possible 8 years of a President Peter Obi, we will have a President Yusuf Baba-Ahmed. May God bless Peter Obi, may God bless Yusuf Baba-Ahmed, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.